Hello and welcome back to another edition of Marlborough Junior Reporters. Today we are here at ForeKicks in Marlborough with Auggie.
How we doing?
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. So my first question for you today is, what's your position here and how did you get to it?
So I'm a program director. My primary responsibility revolves around clinics and all of our youth instructional programs. I've been here for almost 16 years and got here through, I started out as a teacher, but always loved sports, coached, played a lot of soccer, I ran track, and found a way to put my teaching and my love of sports together with the opportunity that I got here at ForeKicks.
My second question for you is, what is your favorite sport?
Soccer would be my favorite sport, but I do love my kids play softball and hockey, so I love watching those, watching my kids play as well. So,
do you coach for them?
I have, yes, not currently. Marlborough ForeKicks is one of our 3 facilities in Massachusetts. This one is I call it Mama Bear because it's the middle in terms of size. Inside here, we have 135,000 square feet of athletic use space for all different kinds of sports. When the first thing you see when you come in the door, there's always going to be one of our managers here to greet you. Linda working hard right here, right now. We do have a pro shop if you got that last minute need. We do have things like shin guards and sneakers and cones and whatnot. And then let's take a peek at where all the magic happens. What you see here on my right is your standard indoor soccer field, which when I was growing up playing soccer, this was what every indoor facility was with the boarded fields. As we get down back, you'll see our non-boarded fields, which is kind of more the modern standard, what everybody's looking for. We also have 2 courts here. They're regulation basketball courts. And as we get farther down, I'll show you how all of our fields and courts are lined for multiple different sports, all the different sports that we accommodate. We do have a fitness center here in the building, down in the corner here. We do also have our snack bar and our arcade area, and then we have some of our party and function space down on the far end over there. Questions?
In your opinion, what is the most difficult sport to learn?
The most difficult sport to learn? Honestly, in my experience, I think lacrosse is actually pretty tough. It doesn't look that way from far, but it's a lot of hand-eye coordination while you're moving, and that ball hurts if you don't catch it.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anna. It's super nice to meet you.
Hi, Anna.
First question is, what did you feel when you were introduced to this new job opportunity?
I was actually super excited. When I started with ForeKicks, I was kind of in between jobs and floating around a little bit, in my younger life. I was going from in between teaching jobs. So I actually started here part-time. So it was a really good filler. I worked a lot over the summer when I wasn't at school, and it just kind of built its way up. It's a really awesome experience because our business is family owned and they really treat us like family too. So it was kind of a little bit like a warm hug. Like they really take care of us and treat us well. So it was an invigorating experience to be part of the team here. Yeah.
And what would you also say to a person who's never been here to ForeKicks?
To a person that's never been here, you name it, we'll find a way to do it. We've had activities from your standard sports like soccer, lacrosse. We do a little bit of field hockey. We've had events like Segway polo, riding around on the little scooters, playing polo. We've had Irish hurling. We've hosted kung fu events and karate tournaments. We also do functions. So you name it, we'll find a way to do it for you.
Well, thank you.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm wondering what sports do you provide here?
What sports? Well, it's as I gave you a little bit of the list, we run instructional programs for soccer, lacrosse, basketball. We also have a small flag football program. We run leagues for basketball, lacrosse, soccer, flag football. And like I said, we've had some other more obscure sports that will come in and rent our space to run their activities, like the karate and the kung fu tournaments. We do a lot of pickleball. I'm sure you guys have played, I know you guys have played pickleball and PE. That's one of the fastest growing sports. So we do pickleball on the courts and plenty of volleyball. We have a club that rents our space that play all their practices here. So volleyball is a big one.
And have you been playing soccer for like a long time?
Now that I'm a little bit grown up and maybe out a little too far, I don't play as much anymore other than when I'm coaching my little kids in our Little Kickers program. That's probably the most soccer playing I do nowadays. I'm more of a spectator, especially, like I said, watching my kids play and watching obviously plenty of sports here. I wish I could play more, but not as much as I'd like to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, one more question for you is I know how you do the clinics and stuff like you said. Did you start the Little Kickers program?
Did I start it? No. Little Kickers is actually a franchise that we operate. We did, before Little Kickers, we ran our own in-house clinic programs, but then we partnered with them in 2009 to run their program in all 3 of our facilities, yes.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do I did it myself.
You were a Little Kicker?
Yeah.
Nice, good stuff. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
So if you take a peek at all of our courts and fields, you'll notice there's multicolored lines on them for all the different sports. On the courts specifically, you see the big outer white lines is for futsal, which is soccer played on the court with a special low bounce ball. We have lines for volleyball in multiple directions. You can play one court this way, or we can have double court on the same court, side by each. We also have lines for, on one court, we can have 3 pickleball games going on at once. And then there's obviously lines for basketball as well. You have your key and your 3-point line and all that stuff as well. On the turf fields, we're lined for soccer, lacrosse, and field hockey. When we look down at the back fields, we actually can change the size and shape of the fields to accommodate multiple different formats of the same sports. The way our fields are set up now is for 7v7. So that's your standard indoor soccer is 6v6, 7v7, depending on how old the players are. And we also can raise up these curtains and play on a half field, which we run a league that's modified 11v11, so full-size soccer on a tiny field, which is a great training tool because you lose time and space, makes you play faster. And then when you get outside to the full-size field, it makes you that much better. Same thing with lacrosse and field hockey. The different formats are all lined based on different colors. We have different size goals to accommodate each of those formats as well for soccer. And again, we can turn this into one big giant field, 2 half-size fields, or 4 of the smaller fields. Cool tidbit, there's actually more square footage of turf in here than there is in Gillette Stadium. Gillette's one of the smaller fields in the NFL, MLS, and we have actually more turf here than they do. So if you guys take a peek, you'll notice the rainbow of colors out on the outdoor fields as well. Multiple formats, multiple sports, pretty much the same as inside. The main sports that we're lined for are soccer, lacrosse, and field hockey. And again, we're lined for full field play, half field, which is 9v9 for soccer, and then there are lines for 6v6, 7v7 out here as well. Multiple size goals to accommodate all those different formats. We do, from a business standpoint, we do run a lot of our own programs, from leagues to clinics to birthday parties. But then we do also rent our space out and we'll host events. For example, you notice the signage here. We have the AC Milan Junior Academy camp. They're renting our fields this week to run their program here. We run tournaments out here, whether we run them or outside groups book space from us to run their tournaments in sports like, again, soccer, lacrosse, flag football. We've done tournaments for all those different types of activities.
What's more turf, like in here or those fields?
So out here is 2 full-size fields, where inside, if you opened everything up, is 1 full-size field. So this is twice as big as the back of the building. So, I mean, if worst case scenario, we could have 3 full-size soccer games going on at once, one each out here. And then if we moved every net and curtain inside, we could have a full-size game inside. And actually in our Taunton location, we've actually hosted indoors a couple of collegiate lacrosse games where they've had, weather concerns outside, and they've actually come and had full sanctioned matches inside our Taunton facility.
Yeah, there's like a golf course at like one of the ones, right?
Yep, that's correct, Josh. Good research, man. Our original facility in Norfolk does, instead of having outdoor fields like us and like Taunton, they have a 9-hole par 3 golf course outside. Yep, and we do instruction for golf. I didn't even mention that when we were talking earlier. It's a good pickup, man. Yeah, so we do have a teaching pro that runs all of our camps and clinics in Marlborough, in Norfolk rather, and he will travel to do lessons at all 3 of our locations if you ask him. Yep. So this is our function space. This space is all convertible. If you look down this end, we had some corporate meetings here last week, so they were set up in a boardroom style. We obviously have the square tables here, and then we can change the shape of this room with some collapsible walls to make it bigger, smaller, to accommodate the size of your group. We've done team breakup parties up here. We've done bar mitzvahs. The charter school next door does
Photos.
AP testing, picture day. They do all their sports award nights up here. They set up their banner and do all their events up here as well. And then we can also convert some of the smaller sections into birthday party space. We do run birthday parties as well.
As you mentioned, the charter school collaboration. Can you tell me more about your collaboration with AMSA?
Awesome. Great question, Josh. So the charter school is one of our biggest customers. They are a rental customer similar to the camp that's renting here today. They rent space for their phys ed classes. Any of the sports that we can host, soccer team plays here, volleyball team, lacrosse in the spring, basketball through the winter. The track team practices here when they can't go outside. And then we do have batting cages. Marlborough is the only one of our 3 facilities that has batting cages, so baseball and softball do all their preseason workouts here. But it's awesome to work with all the PE teachers over the charter school. We work together to accommodate any activities that we might have during the day. They move around and are flexible. Same thing with Mr. Jones, the athletic director. We work with him to make sure that all the student athletes at AMSA can have an excellent experience through their high school career here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Go Eagles.
How difficult do you think it is to kind of like collaborate with like a school that goes from 6 through 12?
It really, from our perspective, it's not too difficult. As far as scheduling and whatnot, we deal basically with Mr. Jones for anything after school, and then we do deal with the office for all the PE stuff, and we work very closely with the teachers as well. So from a difficulty standpoint, it's not very hard at all. We have a great line of communication. We have a group chat actually with all the PE teachers. So if any issues arise, whether it's scheduling or safety or an injury, all of our managers here as well as the PE teachers are on one big group chat so that we can stay in touch and iron out any hiccups as they come along the way. So to be honest, it's not difficult at all. It's actually, AMSA is a great partner to work with.
Do you ever have any like complaints, or are you ever bothered by like any like loud noises that AMSA does make, and like kind of like whenever kids from AMSA, like whenever they do like come here, like do you think it's like really like loud, or is it like it's based on like volume?
So one of the arrangements that we've made with the charter school, we do try to avoid them coming through the lobby. So we do have a side door that we specifically leave unlocked for the PE classes to come in and out so that they're not walking through the lobby while we're on the phone or dealing with customers and whatnot. And again, anytime there's an issue, whether it's behavioral, whether it's noise, whether it's the facility not being treated properly, it's a text message or a conversation with one of the teachers, and they're on top of it like as fast as you can blink your eyes. So honestly, easy peasy to deal with. Again, love dealing with the teachers, love dealing with the administration, with Mr. Jones. They help us solve any problems that may arise from anything with the student body. Yep, no concerns.
Thank you, Auggie, for coming on the show. And thank you for watching Marlborough Junior Reporters. See you next time.